Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 1 here with Race 6 on the Oval Speedway. Now this is our first elimination race of the season. So what that means is this track has an over 50% DNF rate. So at least half of the racers in testing tend to DNF this track. Which also means for the elimination races, if you do DNF but are within a points position, you will still get points. Boy, come in and said, am I still on time? You are just on time. Yes, we've just started the introduction, just explaining the elimination race format. So yeah, if you finish top 20 but DNF, you will still get your points in the elimination races. So pretty straightforward looking track, Oval Speedway. It is pretty much just one big oval, almost like a NASCAR inspired track. There is a jump towards the finish, which is the riskiest part. As you go past all the fans, you can get some big bounces here. There is a runoff for anyone that bounces just over the edge. This runoff will take you through a pipe, slightly longer route. And this pipe will send you straight into what is basically the pit lane. So there is a chance you can get thrown into this pit lane here, which has some reinforcements on it, just to save some bad bounces out of this pit area and losing too many people. So this route splits. So the slowest route is down here, past all the pit entries. The quicker route, of course, being straight down the straighter side of the pit lane. And then you re-enter the track. However, the quickest route obviously will be just staying out on the main track. So going into the pit lane will pretty much lose you about probably half a lap's worth of time. It is quite costly, especially if you go this slow route. You can lose a good half a lap, potentially even a lap, depending on how quick the front runners are going around the main track point. So you definitely want to try and avoid that. But of course this isn't a sprint, this one. This is more of a marathon. So with the amount of DNFs, it would just be about trying to stay on the track. With all the testing I've done around this track, it's found that even if you're back by a lap or two, there's a good chance you could still end up in the points if you can just survive. So would say it's funny how many people get DNF'd on this. Yeah, it is actually. And it looks fairly simple, so it's quite surprising. Yeah, it does look pretty straightforward, but you will be surprised how many people, so there are blockers around the track which will make them despawn, so you'll see them get crossed off if they do roll off into the outsides of the track. I think the ones on the inside will just stay there. But yeah, you'll be surprised as we see Stormy entering the chat. Haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Stormy? Welcome to Season 1. I'm good, how are you? So yeah, this will probably be quite a surprising one. So the main bit to look out for is the bounces here. If you get a bad landing here, the track does something interesting which sends you quite high. And that can send you clearing off over here and missing the pipe and off into the distance. That's the main area to look out for. There is a chance you can run off at the other side if you go a bit too quick into those corners. That is the main bit to look out for. So let's get everyone spawned in here, reverse grid from the results of the last one. So we'll let you have a quick look through the grid positions here. Of course, Cheese so far DNFing 2 races in a row. So we'll have to see how Cheese performs in this race. Can they just stay on the track this time and try and pick up some points? Stormy, how's the races going? Going pretty good so far. An interesting season. I think Wood and Worker in the chat will be hoping to pick up some points in this one after dropping out of the top 25 in the last race. So here is the grid order for the start of this one. And let's get this race underway. So lights go green, everyone starts making their way down. Everyone piled up towards the first corner. The inside runners getting a boost up towards the outside here. So breaking off into the two sides, quite a few people going into the pit entry lane. So they'll be slowed down quite a bit as everyone else makes a break down the straight. So Kutsi taking the lead here. Got a battle between TJ, Barto, Space Comet, and who is that? Is that Mario? It is. Ooh, a bit too quick there. Stormy coming through from back of the grid here. To come up to the first of the jumps. Well, the first time around the jump. This is a 30 lap race as well. TJ already off on the inside of the track there. So TJ, our first DNF. You see Pesky Bird with a big bounce on that first bend as well. Pesky Bird is also DNF'd. Space Comet going into the pit lane here as you watch the backgrounds coming through. Jake going into the runoff. We have Demon off the track as well. See T-Dub and Andrew coming through. So, all Shady with a bad bounce of Shona there going off. Akane also going off. James and Burr coming through. Wood. Mini with a lot more speed there. As the front runners are already coming back around. Stormy going into the runoff with the fastest lap currently. That'll be an extra point. Getting past Shona for the lap. Barto in second there. You see Alice, Shady, Demon and Akane stranded in the middle. So it's quite quick over as everyone spreads out. Oh, Cheese actually losing on the bend there. Haven't seen anyone go off on that bend in testing. But Cheese always finding a way. That is very unfortunate. It's trickier to keep track of everyone on this one because of course how spread out it is. Of course the main action point is going to be over on that finish line area. So I'll hopefully try and catch everything going on around there, while also paying attention to the front runners. So Barto in the lead, Bido in second, Boer coming into third, taking the straight line route through there. Barto lining up the jump, good straight jump, very clean, quick into the first. Wood is off and out on that corner there. Boer going into the runoff, Bido with a bad bounce, getting hit by Stormy. Logan's going to come through but entering the pit lane. Mario's just gone off on the jump. So they head down that straight. We'll see how everyone else goes over this jump. Big bounce by Crimson, but they managed to stay on the track, losing a few positions. We see School of Thugs going over now. Side Effects, Space Comet and Nick, Minnie and James all successfully getting that landing. So now we have Barto in the lead coming through, followed by Stormy still holding that fastest lap. Both with a very clean run there. Bido, Skyline, Kutsi going into the runoff. So Ryder's going to take a position there. So everyone's starting to build up here with the back runners. Andrew with a big bounce in the background is going to send them off the track. Muffin with a bounce but surviving it. Kutsi going into the pit lane. See Carol coming round, taking it steady there. Shax following. Stanky coming in fast behind Shax with a bump there, and just in time Logan and School of Thugs together. As I think we just saw Nick go off there. I think that might have been Nick going off track. Got Mario off over here. See Barto coming through in the lead. Skyline second, Jake in third. Stormy fourth, Crimson fifth. Kutsi taking the fastest lap. Side Effects with a big bounce, but they are still in it. That was a lucky landing there. Losing some time, but still surviving, and that's what counts. So as we see everyone grouped up towards the back here, coming down to the jump. Looks like everyone's going to get a smooth landing. Although Carol causing some obstruction there, colliding with James and School of Thugs, sending them both off. A nasty tactic by Carol there, eliminating two at the same time. So I just glanced over at the chat there to see what was going on. Is there a race Sunday night? No, there is not. There's no race on Sunday. Crimson with a bad bounce backwards there. Budo being involved in that collision. As Crimson's going to get hit by Stanky. And just avoiding that pit entry that Budo has gone into. Have we lost anyone else so far? Doesn't look like it unless I've missed something. So currently Skyline is in the lead here. Stormy in second. So Skyline with a clean exit off the jump. Stormy going into the runoff. Ryder with a bit of a bad bounce there. Boer seems to have got themselves wedged here, but just getting set free there. Muffin getting bounced backwards. Barto with a big bounce up onto the pit wall, but landing back on the track safely. Side Effects getting wedged. That could be bad news for Side Effects unless they can get themselves unstuck. There is a little booster there to try and push them past, but Logan's going to give them a bit of help. Kutsi with a big bounce in the background. As we see Stanky and Space Comet going down the pit lane. Shona with a big bounce but staying on the main track. Crimson is on the runoff. Mini chasing down Shona with a big bump there. They will both continue side by side. So we head back here, see Stormy, Boer and Diamond Swords going over the jump there. Muffin with a big bounce into the corner is going to make them run off. Just in time hitting Stormy into the pits with a bit of speed. So we've got Crimson Stormy just in time and SpaceX entering the pits. Meanwhile we've got Jake, Boer, Diamond Sword, Creeper Carol, Magic Monkey, Budo and Logan going round the main route. We see Shax going into the runoff pipe. Kutsi in a little bit of trouble here. Still holding the fastest lap, but they're currently rolling backwards. Gonna have to try and get going again. They might get some help from Shona, they do. Which actually got Shona slightly stuck there. Kutsi back on the move, Mini taking that position. Muffin has just gone off track somewhere. Just seen on the left, Muffin has now been DNF'd. So they must have ran off the side of the track somewhere. That may have been down on that far corner. So it looks like Space Egg is currently stuck in the pit lane, but as Barto's going to try and give a bit of a bump there. Barto now getting a bit stuck, but carrying on. You see Kutsi and Boer coming by, Space Egg re-entering the track, Barto just behind. Skyline and Jake coming around the corner now. So you go up ahead and see how things are going. Looks like Just in Time is stuck in the runoff pipe. They may need a bump to get going, which Boer may have, with Barto going off on the first corner here off the inside of it with a bad bounce. That'll be Barto out of the race. I currently don't know how many people we have going around. And with everyone all over the place, it's going to be very hard to see who is where. So Budo down the straight. Boer taking the fastest lap, currently in 18th. Crimson coming over the jump. Stormy coming over, clean landing as well. Then Mini, another clean landing. Kutsi getting slowed down a bit, but staying on the track. Space is going to give them a little push. Jake going around the outside. Skyline's going to collide with them. Diamond Swords and Space Comet, good landings there. Shax is going to go into the runoff. Well, Creeper Carol just in time. Magic Monkey and Ryder the Spider carry on around. Budo with a big bounce, but landing clean on the track. Shona getting a big bounce as well. Side Effects and Logan going to fly through. Stanky and Crimson just behind. We are on lap 12. We're not even halfway through the race yet. Stormy and Boer coming through. Big bit of speed by Stormy there. Boer going into the pit lane. Mini catching Stormy there with the bounce. So you see Space Egg, Kutsi and Diamond Sword coming through. Diamond Sword getting slowed down there. Jake's going to come around and bump into them. Jake going off on the first bend because of that bump. Space Comet going into the runoff pipe. We have Ryder and Just in Time going around, also staying out of the pit lane. Diamond Sword's going into the pits. Space Comet actually bouncing into the pits there, interestingly. Carol round and into the pits. Shaq's in as well. Side effects staying out. Logan getting bumped by Shona. Crimson coming around. Stanky coming around, taking places from Budo. Mini with a big bounce there. Stormy's going to come around and give them a push. Space Egg with a bad landing has now rolled off down the main straight. So you see Boer fighting with Skyline. Big bump there. Boer being pushed off by Skyline after a big collision. Boer, our fastest lap holder, is now out of the race. As we see just in time coming around alongside Side Effects. So some nasty play going on in that first corner. Quite a few people have been bumped out by another racer. Now the question is, how many people are left? If you are bumped out now, are you still safe to secure any points? So as there are less people, we can now start to move around a bit more and focus on some different areas. Of course, a lot of that has been focused on the main jump, being the bit where most people are losing time or running off the track. Budo going very slow through that runoff pipe. Skyline and Ryder side by side there with a bit of bumping, just in time colliding with the pit entry wall. Side Effects going very slow down the straight. Shona with a big bounce is now going to run off the track. Space Comet, a bit of a bad bounce there. Logan, a heavy bounce, going to put them over the wall and out. So Logan from second place is now going to be DNF'd. And we'll start to see their position drop. Budo stuck in the runoff pipe completely now, unless someone else goes through to help them out. They're going to be stuck there. Ryder with some speed loss. Just in time going over the jump now is going to give Ryder a bit of a push. Carol also going through, Crimson going through, quite clean exits there. Creeper Carol with a big bounce but stays on the track. They're all grouped up together. Side Effects coming through quite slowly. Space Comet going to gain some time. Magic Monkey taking the fastest lap in that 5th spot. Boy, still hanging on with 20th, so we may be down to our top 20 here. Magic Monkey coming through again, followed by Skyline. Skyline, of course, leading the race currently. So some clean landings now. With everyone spreading out a bit more, there's less collisions, meaning no one's getting pushed off quite so much here. Although it looks like Crimson just went off there on that first corner. We've also lost Carol. Space Comet also going off in the second bend. So just as I say that, there's 3 people just running off the track. And Mini as well, going off on the first bend, just going a bit too quick into that corner. Going over the barrier there. Stormy chasing down Magic into that second corner. Gaining. Skyline looking to lap them. See Ryder coming through as well. Bad bounce on that first corner. Side Effects is going to take that spot there. Just in time coming through. So as we head up to the front area, watch this battle for second place going on. Stormy's going to take that spot from Magic. Hits the jump into the first corner. Good bit of speed round there. No one freeing Budo yet. Magic with a bad backspin there is going to lose some time. We see Skyline coming around with quite a bit of speed. But slowing down for the second corner. They make their way down the second half of the track. Diamond Soul's very slowly down the main straight. Kutsy's going to come flying down. Side Effects is going into the runoff. Could free Budo here. So Budo's on the move again. A few positions to gain. If they are quick enough, they may be able to gain a few positions back from the people that have DNF'd. Stormy flying around there quite risky. some big bounces, but now fastest lap and in second, as Magic has gone into the runoff pipe. Skyline coming down the main track. So you head back to the jump area. See Cutsy and Diamond Swords lining up for the jump. Clean landing by the both of them. Stanky also flying through now. Very clean by them three. See just in time coming through. Stormy following. So everyone just very casually going around the track now as we're on lap 20, 10 more laps to go. So now it's just down to endurance. Who can keep going? Who can stay on track for the longest? And Budo, I think, went off there on the inside. Yes, Budo is going to stick to that 16th position, running off the inside of the track and over the barrier. So I think we are down to our top 10 going round now. So Boer has secured that 20th spot and a point, Shona 19th. I think everyone up till 10th is now secured, just in time going backwards a bit there. So it is now a battle for the top 10. As Skyline has ran off, this is a chance for Stormy to take the lead. And with that fastest lap, will also get an extra point if they can keep hold of it. So Skyline could drop a few positions here. So as everyone's starting to get closer together again. Stormy going into first now. Flies over just next to Cutsy there. He's going to take the outside lane round. Good landing. So Stanky is in second, or will be in second. Once they get past Skyline here, Skyline running off the track. So Skyline now officially on the DNF, crossed out of the leaderboard. Stanky in second, Cutsy in third. Magic in fourth. Shax will be moving to fifth. So they're just coming down the back straight just in time in the pits. There we go, Shax moving up to fifth there. Let's make sure everyone else is still surviving around that first section. So Shax flying around way too quick there, bailing out on the second corner. There'll be a DNF for Shax with the fastest lap on that run as well. Taking that away from Stormy. Stormy very helpfully pointing out my little voice crack there. Yep, it's early. My voice is still warming up. So Stormy with a big bounce there, almost running off. That would have been a nice bit of karma, wouldn't it? Still holding first though, fighting side by side with Magic, who's in fourth. So let's head further around the track. We see a battle going on between Diamond Swords and Stanky here. Diamond Sword flying through, going into the runoff. Stanky's going to go down the track with a bit of a backspin. Might help slow them down into that first bend. They do just enough to stay on for the second bend. Cutsy now coming through as well. Big bounce there off that first corner wall. Someone's going to come through and give them a push and go for the overtake. But it's not going to work out. Somebody's just trying to increase their lead here. But Stanky's quite far back. Magic wanting to gain on Cutsy, but currently being blocked out by Stormy. So 5 laps remain here. They head up to the jump once again. Cutsy and Stormy with a clean landing, Magic with a clean landing, all going to first corner. Cutsy getting sent backwards a bit. Magic carrying a lot of speed round. With the bounce, there's going to slow down. Stormy's going to get past both of them. Cutsy going into the pit lane. So Magic's going to break away in third. To go back over to the jump, side effects just going over. A clean landing, keeping that fifth spot. As we are down to our top 7 still standing. Stanky going into the runoff pipe. And Diamond Swords, heavy hit on that first corner. So without that runoff area to the side, there's actually a lot more DNFs. I think everyone potentially would have DNF'd by now without that side runoff into a pipe. So Stormy getting bumped by Magic there, slowing Stormy down quite a bit. But Stanky is currently in the pit, so that is no problem. Stormy's probably actually going to get past and lap Stanky here. So they make their way down. Diamond Swords going the quicker way through the pit. Shaq still holding fastest lap in 7th. As Stormy gets the lap on Stanky. So Magic into the runoff pipe. People in the chat now talking about Mr. Bean's voice whenever I say Magic. Magic. So Stormy holding the lead. We've got Stanky and Diamond Swords side by side, but Diamond Swords being in 6th, Stanky in 2nd. Got Side Effects and Magic Monkey in the pit lane. Everyone's starting to group together a bit here except for Cutsy, who's making a break down the straight, trying to get some time out in the open. Stormy over the jump, Stanky following, Diamond Swords through as well, all clean landings, Side Effects through. Stormy slowing down a lot on that bounce though, and Magic is through. So everyone quite close together here, as we'll probably see Cutsy in the background soon going over that jump. There's Cutsy going around now. Losing some time here, so we may actually have... Oh, Stormy is off. Stormy is off on lap 29 with a bad bounce on that corner there. Stormy has left the track. So the only thing Stormy can hope for now is within this lap, everyone else DNFs. Otherwise, Stormy will be dropping down to that 7th position. So we see Side Effects and Diamond Swords fighting there. Diamond Swords getting forced into the pits. Magic coming round. Clean landing. So this is a chance for Stanky to take first. Where is Stanky? Stanky is in the pits, of course. Just in front of Diamond Swords. So let's keep an eye on what's happening here. Magic Monkey actually taking that 2nd place from Stanky. So this is the bit to watch. As Magic comes past the point where Stormy went off. But won't be gaining a position. Oh, they do. They take first. So Stormy has dropped into 2nd now. Magic has taken 1st. See Cutsy rebounding backwards a bit there. Magic over the jump. Hitting Cutsy. Stanky moving into 2nd. Stormy officially crossed off for the DNF. Has dropped to 3rd. But remember, elimination race. So everyone DNF'd will still be getting points if you're in the top 20. So we have Cutsy, Magic, Diamond Sword and Side Effects quite close together there. Stanky just behind. These are the last few runners remaining on the track. Cutsy taking 3rd, Stormy dropping another position here. As Shax, I think Shax is actually off the track, aren't they? So they've got the fastest lap, but I don't think they're still racing. It's Magic Monkey comes across the line to take the win. Side Effects bouncing backwards there. Stanky's going to come through to secure that second place. Yeah, Shax is way off over there. Shax is off. Actually getting around the things that destroy the marbles out there. They're invisible. Managed to find a gap through, which meant they didn't get crossed off, but they are still holding the fastest lap. Magic Monkey actually DNFing after finishing. I'm sure Stormy would have been hoping that would happen a bit sooner. But they have secured the win. And Kutsi is going to take that third spot and secure it. Diamond Sword with one more lap to go. Kutsi then running off as well after securing their spot. So as we're now watching Diamond Swords go around, this does mean we won't be able to do Marble Cam on our winner because they decided to bail off. When's the next race? Tuesday. There'll be 2 races on Tuesday, one at midday, one at midnight, UK GMT time. So Stanky come up to the finish now, taking 4th. Choosing to remain on the track. Side Effects coming through for the 5th position. So Magic and Kutsi both going off after finishing. Just to add a little bit of humiliation to Stormy there. But Stormy securing 6th. Shax securing 7th and the fastest lap point. And Skyline 8th. Just in time 9th and Ryder 10th to round out the top 10. So I don't know how many laps down Side Effects may be, or Diamond Swords. I think they've probably finished now. We'll see what happens when they go through the finish line again. Yeah, there's no time, so they have finished. So that is everyone currently on the track now finished. So now we are just waiting on the timer, the DNF countdown timer of 60 seconds to go through. So we don't actually have a winning marble to watch while we go through this bit. Guess we'll just place ourselves here and watch them go over the jump and into that first corner. Watch Stanky instead. Yeah, let's watch Stanky, our 2nd place, but still running. To get a nice view of the track from the perspective of the racers. So while we wait for the jeez, gonna have to have a drink. I usually don't drink during these. Try and get through it without it, but my voice is very dry today. So while we wait for the timer to count down. Oh, that's done it now. So there are the standings. Well, not the standings, there are the results. So Kutsi coming through as a DNF. Even though technically they did actually finish. And Stanky going off as we watch that. So who is left running? I think it's literally just Diamond. Side Effects still going around the track. So we had 5 people actually finish, 3 of which then went off after finishing, 2 still left running around. I was just seeing Stanky going off there, which means Side Effects still running around. Just think, no, that was, who were we just watching? Was it Stanky? No, it was Diamond Swords. Diamond Swords just going off, so it's just Side Effects running around their own here. And also just to scroll down just to see the finishing of everyone else. So Boyer did manage to hold on to that 20th place to just nab a point there. Everyone below that, unfortunately, out of the points. At the top, we now have a new winner in the standings. First place is now Stormy with 66 points after the performance today. Carol is joint second with Jake. Then we have a tie for fourth between Demon, James and Just in Time. Then Stanky, Shax, Crimson and Diamond Sword make up the rest of the top 10. Then below that we have Ryder, Side Effects, Mini, Akane, TJ, Kutsi, Shady, Muffin, Skyline, Magic, Andrew, Nick, Budo, Space Comet and Alice to make up the top 25. So Stormy making some big gains with the results of that race. A couple of people dropping down, losing out on points. But a very action-packed race for our first elimination race there. So if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you go check out the YouTube channel, Ultimate Marble Racing. Go subscribe over there, drop a like on some of the videos you've enjoyed. That'll help out the channel, help me out quite a bit. If you watch on YouTube, make sure you go and check out the Twitch channel. You can watch it live, join in the live chat and take part in the races. And check out the Discord, lots of post-race talking there, the chance to get into a team and just chat with everyone else there between the races. So, with that over, the next race will be the Office Pre on Tuesday. That'll be Tuesday midday UK time, and that'll be followed by the competitive flat race that night. So 2 races to look forward to then. But that is it for today's race. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.